Oh, hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Brian House here for Housework. And today I'm not going to be building or fixing anything. So if you don't like listening to me talk, you can just move on to the next video. As you can see, I've set up all of my tools, some of my favorite tools that I've used and some new ones. I wanted to talk a little bit about the holidays and how I feel about gift giving and what this season means to me and some of the things I feel sort of good about, and I want to share those things with you. Christmas is kind of a weird time for me. I love the holiday season. I think it's a fantastic time of year filled with family gatherings and good things, but I also feel like it's really materialistic. You know, we've kind of moved into this whole, I'm going to show you how much I love you by giving you material things. But then I started thinking about my favorite Christmas. When I was 13 years old, I had asked for tools. My parents said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I said, "Tools, man. I want a big tool set." And that year I came down, and under the tree was something that looks a lot like this. In fact, these are some of the actual tools that I received that year. And little did I know that 30 years later, I would be still using those same tools. And for the most part, I haven't really lost a whole lot of them, maybe a couple of sockets here and there that I've replaced. Back when I was growing up in my neck of the woods, I grew up in northern Illinois. Sears was a big thing, and as you can see, this looks like a Craftsman display. I'm not affiliated with Craftsman at all. They were just my tool of choice. I had some family members that worked for Sears and Roebuck back in the day. And I think about, from an existential standpoint, how important that Christmas was to me. I was given these tools because, of course, my family loved me and they wanted to show me that they loved me, but they didn't really fully know that I would be using them all these years later and own them. And now I have a 13-year-old son of my own, and I will be gifting him. I'm going to give him my old Craftsman toolbox. This thing has been all over the place and beat up and everything, but it's got some cool nostalgia to it. And a screwdriver set and a 243 piece, which I'm almost sure that's the exact same set that I received when I was his age. Ratchets and other things. Kids spell love, T-I-M-E, right? And of course they love getting stuff around Christmas. I mean, that's like a big thing. Everybody's got to get their gift under the tree and so on, and they love tearing it apart. And you almost love it just as much to watch them receive what you've given them. It's that important to you that you do something for them. But what I love about this and how this takes me back is working with my dad all those years with my hands, building houses. I was a carpenter with him for a long time. We fixed everything under the sun. And that's just something that has been a common thread throughout my entire life. In fact, my business is based around repair. That's what I do. And now I don't do so much of the wrenching anymore. I actually have staff. I'm more of a guide now, more of the old brain that kind of helps people along when they need it. The repository of old or ancient wisdom, I guess you could say. But I think about how these gifts of tools and how being able to use them and learning how to use them and spending time with my dad, how that gave me the power and the freedom to do so many things with my life. I come from a long line of men who made their living working with their hands, engineers, tradesmen, plumbers, electricians, people who build your houses, wire them up, fix things, repair things. And every single one of them fed their family that way, working with their hands. those tools, these tools, were the gateway for me to be able to do that. In fact, my nephew, who is, I think he's 19 now, Jake, he's going into the trades himself. He's working in a cabinet shop right now, learning how to build cabinets, and he probably will eventually become either an electrician or possibly a welder. And I think about the trades, I think about all those people, all the work that we've done, all the people we've helped, and it all revolves around having the right tool, you know. And there's just something about being able to give something to someone that will just keep giving them back. And in fact, every time I pick up some of these tools, I think about my dad. I think about those times I spent with him and all the things I learned from him. And some of these tools right here are probably his, and they just ended up in my toolbox somehow. And maybe he'll watch this video and ask for them back, which rightly so, right? So this year, I'd like to encourage you guys to think about what you can give your kids that won't just get tossed in the corner after a day or two. You know, my kids used to go through these, when they were little, we would do toys and things, but they would get what I called the Christmas hangover. You know, the day or two after Christmas, after the shine has come off the apple, as they say, then they want more. You know, their little brains are developing in such a way that they want more. I want another thing. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But now as they're getting older, I'm doing things that are a little bit more meaningful. And this year, Dexter will receive these tools. Now, by the time this goes up on YouTube, he will have already received these. So, you know, and I know he watches my channel, and I want you to know, buddy, I love you.
See, you know it's gonna be good when he's taking a video of it.
All right, go ahead.
Look at that.
And I told you about this one too.
How cool is that? Reminiscent of your dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, didn't I, about his age,
Yeah.
ask for the exact same thing and get the exact same
Yes, you
thing?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have that for Calvin.
She weighs a little bit.
That's a lot of tools.
Yeah, 243.
Is there any 10 millimeters in there?
There should be like, there's two.
Yeah, those will be the first ones you use.
Yep.
So for this Christmas, I'd really like you to consider giving the gift that just keeps on giving, and that is tools. You never know. You could give someone a hammer, a screwdriver, a ratchet, a wrench, and that could change their future for the better for the remainder of their lives. I know it did for me. Dexter and I have sat down and put together a list of tools that he likes and he thinks that would be good for the beginner, and I've put together my list of tools I think a young person should have, and we kind of combine that list and put it all in our Amazon store. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of it, and we're releasing this video in time for you to be able to go on there and purchase something and have it sent or wrap it up, whatever you want to do, to that young person that's interested in working with their hands. Or maybe they're not interested and maybe you just think they need something to do, I don't know. But you don't have to buy through Amazon, but it might just give you a little bit of an idea to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever and find something that could change someone's life forever. I truly do believe that tools are a great gift to give someone. And not just for young people. I love receiving tools too. Not many people buy me tools anymore because I have so many, but you know, if you've got an older person who is just starting to retire or working in their wood shop or workshop, whatever it might be, they could also use something. So maybe ask them, hey, what project are you working on? Could I get you a block of wood or some screws or whatever it is? Because that person most likely will never have too many tools. They'll want that for themselves, and they'll want supplies for the projects they're working on. And every time they pick one up, they're gonna think about you, which is really cool. And I love that concept, by the way. Anyhow, if you got something out of today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It really does help out my channel. As always, there are links down in the description for everything you see in my workshop, including that Christmas list that Dexter and I put together, and it does help support my channel. In fact, that's a free way to support my channel. Now, if you're interested in taking your patronage a little bit further, I do have a Patreon page now. The link is down in the description. For as little as $1 a month, you can support all the work that I do right here in my workshop, and so I can continue creating good content for you guys. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much. From my family to yours, I hope you have a fantastic holiday filled with food and good drinks and family time and all those things. I hope you guys really have an awesome, relaxing time. And I hope you get some time in your workshop. That's, in fact, a bunch of people have emailed me because I'm working on a couple of projects right now saying, hey, are you going to have those cut lists done by the time Christmas rolls around, because I'm going to have some free time? And probably not, guys. Unfortunately, I'm still in the middle of the process of building the 2x72 grinder. So hoping very soon that I'll have all of those plans completed, but it's just a time-consuming task. I want to make sure I get it right. But thank you for all of you who have reached out. And anybody who leaves me a comment, just know that I do read and respond to all of them. So if there's something you have to ask or want to ask, just go ahead and do that in the comment section. As long as it's productive, I'll respond. All right, guys, have a Merry Christmas. This has been Brian House for Housework.